Welcome to the Ethics newsletter. This week we examine the pressures that undermine principles. We will see how political deadlock is delaying vital European Union legislation against deforestation, putting the future of forests at risk. We talk about psychedelics, where ethicists are calling for two-step consent to stop cultural exploitation and abuse. And finally, we get to the testimonies of the doctors of Sde Teinman that face us to ask, where does the act of healing become a criminal act? But first, a group of female researchers from Bangladesh have just published in the prestigious scientific journal Nature a comparison between cesarean section and normal vaginal delivery. The study shows that the rate of C-section operations have exploded in Rajshahi region. This comes as the World Health Organization warns that rates should remain below 10% to protect the health of women and newborns. The study suggests that the decision to have a C-section is not necessarily driven by medical reasons. Women with higher education and those over 30 are significantly more likely to opt for the surgery. This raises a dilemma. To what extent should age and social status dictate a major surgical intervention? Are we seeing the overmedicalization of birth due to societal factors rather than genuine medical necessity? The Bangladesh case is a global wake-up call. It shows that social pressure and public perception can massively influence medical practice. There is an urgent need for accurate information campaigns to promote the safe and appropriate use of C-sections. The article can be downloaded for free with many interesting details via the link in the description. Europe's plan to halt illegal deforestation will have to wait another year. Euractiv reports, quote, that the European Commission's unexpected plan to delay, yet again, a landmark law banning imports resulting from deforestation is officially being blamed on an overloaded IT system. However, many see this move as a well-known political game. The EU Deforestation Regulation requires EU importers of cattle, cocoa, coffee, palm oil, rubber, timber, and derivatives to prove that their supply chains do not contribute to deforestation. The application of the regulation was already delayed last year until December 2025, with the Commission arguing that more time is needed to ensure countries and companies are ready. End quote. By 2030, 248,000 hectares of forests are projected to disappear due to European consumption, while we witness the extinction of 19% of insects and severe climate changes. Are the Trump administration and the center-right bloc hindering the implementation of these procedures? Link in the description. Last week, chemist Hamilton Morris went public on Channel 5 accusing the company Symposia of complicity in halting psychedelic treatment, not out of concern for patients, but for their own pockets. While studies show the effectiveness of MDMA for treating PTSD and psilocybin for depression, the US and Australia have halted new initiatives, a story we covered last week. But while Morris addresses some counter-arguments, he didn't address all of them. We remind you that the world's leading experts in ethics and psychedelics, anthropologists, lawyers, philosophers, and researchers met at Oxford in August 2023 to map out a moral framework for a rapidly expanding field. Although psychedelics are becoming licensed medicines, people in ethics warn of major risks. Some of them are cultural exploitation, vulnerability and abuse, and limited research. For more information, check out the links in the description. In a new article for The Conversation, Hagar Kotef and Merav Amir interviewed several Israeli doctors who worked in an improvised medical unit near Sde Teinman detention camp following the October 7, 2023 attacks and the war in Gaza. The unit treated injured Palestinian detainees that were cuffed to their beds 24/7 and blindfolded, even though many no longer posed a danger, flagrantly violating medical ethics and the law. Through the unit's existence, the doctor felt that they helped major hospitals shrink their responsibility of treating all patients. The poor conditions and the decision to retain patients led to serious complications, including amputations and, at times, death. Even though some doctors acted with their best interests, they ultimately felt complicit in crimes. The case shows that defending medical ethics means not only treating the patients in front of you, but also refusing to validate a system that violates human rights. That's all for this week. I'm Octavian, your service ethicist. If you want to hear more news in ethics, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, take care.